So here in IBM Connections, I'm in the marketing forum and I am logged in as Gardner Rains, and my colleague Frank Adams has said that he'll provide some material regarding the social media trends that we're looking for, but he's actually taken quite a long time. So we're going to reply to our colleague and we're going to post a negative comment. And we're going to post that. So that is now going to, of course, be posted on the forum, but it's also going to send an email alert to Gardener's Manager, and it'll also be available in SMC4, which captures not only social media messages, but also connections messages. And so here in Lotus Notes, you can see that I have received an email notification that a negative comment has been made on connections, who the post is by, and what the post actually was. So a number of actions that can be taken. You could then, same time, the HR manager, you could go into SMC4 and actually go and see the original message and start creating a case if this is a series of messages that you wanted to monitor. Connections, we're now logged in as a different user, Frank Adams, and Frank is going to respond to one of the status updates from one of his colleagues. So just going to post this. And what this is going to generate is, because it's a profanity, it uses the profanity dictionaries in SMC4, which are used not only for social media but also for IBM Connections. So it will generate an auto response and it will alert their manager. Refresh the page and we should see the automated response that's come through. Here we go. Warning, please refrain from using inappropriate language on this site. If we just jump into our email, we'll also see here that we've also received an email alert about the profanity used, again, who the user is and actually the language that they've used. So here we are in SMC4, and I want to just show you on the Active tab all messages that contain profanity, whether it's via social media or IBM Connections, come through to me. And if I just click View All on the last message that we saw was posted and alerted, we can see here the profanity that's contained within it and the auto response that went back to the user. I'm now going to show you how you can go and view the original messages in FileNet, which sits under the covers of SMC4. So we're going to jump to the Administration tab, and here on the bottom right we've got a place called Message Store. So we're just going to log in to the Message Store. Message Store, which is FileNet, we set up a search, which is a connection search for all connections messages, and we'll be able to see here the last messages incoming and outbound into SMC4 and FileNet. So the message I'm just going to highlight is the message that contained profanity. You can see it shows the original message, it shows properties of that message, and then it's also showing all the different actions on that message as well under the Data tab. The last area I want to show you is the reporting capability that we have in SMC4. If we go to the Reports tab, we can set some parameters in here. So we're going to look at the connections messages that contain profanity and all that's incoming. And we can see those then by month, by day, by hour. We can see the status of them, which is quite good for a manager who wants to see how many are still active, how many haven't actually been actioned and need to, that contain profanity. You can also look at them by category. We've got a nice feature here, which is the word map. So this enables you to visually see how many times certain profanity words have been used. So the more often they've been used, the larger the font in the word map. You're probably familiar with that. And you can change the layout of that as well. And there's all various options in there. You can see the geolocation messages as well. And last but least, we can see the raw data itself. So we'll see all profanities that have been mentioned. And you can see the date timestamps, the pictures of the actual message senders, the names, and the status of actually what's been done with those messages and the content of them. As SMC4 runs on File and IBM Content Analytics. We have direct access to the Content Analytics engine and all the analysis that carries out. So we're just going to log into that now, and we'll be able to see all the kind of different reports that are available. In Content Analytics, we can change the layout of the dashboard. So we're going to focus on keywords, and if we click on profanity, then when we go and look at the documents, which is really all the messages from IBM Connections, it highlights all of the profanities in all of those messages. We can also look at facets. So this is really where you do real content mining, and you can analyze patterns, discover trends and deviations. And we'll just look at one or two more things. So we've got time series analysis in here as well. So we can look across different time series, looking for trends. And then we've also got Trends tab here, and again you can play with the different facets. So that's Content Analytics, and thank you very much for watching our demonstration.